Welcome to the theater. This is Greenwood Film Festival's new podcast where we have uh, filmmakers, we have directors, we just talk culture, we talk truth, and we talk inspiration. And today we are here with a filmmaker. You've probably seen him on a couple of shows and everything. We're about to bring him on, Mr. Gregory Allen. And we're going to, Allen Williams, Gregory Allen Williams. And we're going to bring him on, and we want to allow him to share his film and talk about his film. Welcome to the show, Gregory. You at the
Hey,
theater.
thank you, Dennis. I appreciate you and the festival.
Yes,
Yeah,
most definitely. So your film, Papa, I
Dayja.
want you to Dayja. Because
All
I don't
on
want to
tape.
get the name. I don't want to be getting the names wrong. You know what I'm saying? Papa and Dayja. So let's walk through the film. Let's walk. I know you don't want to get no spoilers, but let's walk through. We were talking earlier about the family film, and we're gonna play some things later so people can see. But walk us through the film, like uh, give us a little quick sample log line thing. What is it about?
Well, it's about a little girl, a little African American girl who has an obsession with Bigfoot. That
Mm,
mythical character, and her mom and dad are divorced,
mm,
and she lives with mom. Dad
mhm,
is remarried, and so there's a stepmom
mhm,
who's not an evil stepmom at all. She's just a little goofy. But
mhm,
this little girl's name is Dayja. She and her grandfather hang out. She calls him Paw Paw. And the mother is a reservist, a Marine Corps reservist. And when she goes off for annual training, she drops her daughter off at Paw Paw's house.
mm.
And the rest, folks, will have to watch the movie to see what happens. Ultimately, they go camping and make some interesting discoveries.
Most definitely, most definitely. So tell me what is the inspiration behind the film, because you was talking about earlier, you were talking about like just family movies. And so is there anything in particular in your life per se that kind of like made you want to create this film?
Well, I'm a father. I'm a
Mm.
grandfather. So I'm a father and I'm a pawpaw. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
My youngest son had a Bigfoot obsession. When he was about 8 or 9, there was a Bigfoot TV show. And
Mm.
every week he'd say, Dad, they almost found him. They almost caught him. And I
Yeah.
say, really? And he said, yeah, but they're gonna get him next week. I said, all right, you know what I'm saying? So that's where that sort of comes from. But you know
Yeah.
what? There are really no black family movies, no current
Mhm.
black family movies. Um, it's a needed genre,
Mm.
just a movie where parents can sit down with their kids and watch a movie. They don't have to cover any eyes, they don't have to cover any ears, they don't have to censor it.
Mm.
Mom and dad can go in the kitchen and make dinner, and the kids can watch. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And but deeper than that,
Yeah.
when I was coming up, there were no black children on television.
Mm.
Um, and certainly no black family comedies. Those came later,
Mhm.
sitcoms,
Yeah.
uh, the Jeffersons and Good Times and all those wonderful shows. But when I was a little boy, I
Mm.
never saw myself on TV. Very rarely, every now and then, and I wanted to recreate what I had never seen,
Mm.
or I should
So
say, create what I had never seen.
yeah, so let's dive into that. You bring up an interesting point. Why do you think? I mean, it's 2025. Like why do you think there's no black family movies? Is it one of those things where it don't sell type of thing? Like tell me, what do you think it's due to?
Well, it would certainly sell. There are plenty of black folks and plenty of black folks who have families and plenty of black
Mm,
folks who have children. You know what?
mm,
Here's the thing, most filmmakers are adults, right?
mhm,
So people write what they know. And sometimes they write where they are in their lives,
mm,
where
mhm,
they want to be in their lives. And for example, the last movie that I wrote and produced was a thriller,
mm,
absolutely inappropriate for children.
Mm.
A month after we shot Paw Paw and Dayja, we shot another thriller, absolutely inappropriate for
Mm.
children. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
it was a fun
yeah,
action movies, lots of fun. I'm grown, so I enjoy it. I
yeah.
enjoy them. So, for whatever reason, filmmakers really aren't digging into that. Look,
Mm.
everybody wants to be on the cutting edge. Everybody wants to be innovative,
Mm.
very creative, and many times very, very sexy. I get,
Mm.
but I know that there is a huge audience for these sorts of movies.
Mm.
There are lots of family films. Most of them these days, though, are animated.
Mm. Mm.
Our film is a live action. The other
Yeah.
piece is this, you know, young Black children don't get to be magical. And
Mm.
I know there's a lot of conversation about the magic Negro,
Mm.
but I'm not
Mm.
talking about the magic Negro child. I'm talking
Mm.
about children in the way that children are magical, because
Mm.
children believe and children hope
Mm.
and children engage in make believe. You
Mm.
know, I did a series called Greenleaf with a wonderful actor named Lynn Whitfield. And when Lynn would
Mm.
get to work in the morning, she would say, "All right, Greg Allen, you ready to play?" And as adults, adult actors, that's what we do. We play. But children are
Mm.
magical because they
Mm.
play. You don't get to
Mm.
see Black children just be children a lot
Mm.
in. And in this film,
Yeah.
this girl, wonderfully played by a young actress from Alabama named Aria
Mm.
May, who plays
Mhm.
Dayja. It's just something that we don't get to see very
Yeah.
much. Wonderful, smart, beautiful, magic, chocolate-colored little girl.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I was just talking to that with about a filmmaker. It's like, we sometimes it has to be like, I feel like the expectation is like, it has to be this grandiose, so epic thing for us to be involved in versus just us in our element, just the children having fun, just being them. It don't have to be, that's the story, and it doesn't have to be, you know, so over the top. And it's like, no, this is, you know what I mean? Like, it's like we have to do that in order to be enjoyed. It's like, no, this is our life. This is it. This is important to us. And I'm excited and thankful that we are starting, as a filmmakers, are starting to like embrace and see that as valuable ourselves, to say, you know what, we're gonna go this distance to make this film happen. So let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about your process in making this film, because our festival is independent. We foster independent filmmakers being able to get the money, how they ever to get it, raise it, however, but to see them go to A to B. So tell us a little bit about that, to help us have some more tools intellectually, on how you particularly made this film, because it's an hour. I mean, it's a feature. It's a feature. So how how do what's your mindset in making a feature? Because there's some people that they made 3 or 4 films. They thinking about a feature, but it's a daunting task when they kind of go there. So tell us, help us get over the hump.
First of all, it's about a team of people, right?
Mm.
It's about
Mhm.
a team of people who are committed to the project.
Mm.
uh, People who are what we call in for a penny, in for a pound. The
Mm.
project may pay a penny, it may pay a pound, but
Mm.
they're down. They're in it.
Mm.
They're with it,
Mhm.
right?
Mm.
Sometimes those people can be family. I had two of my sons on this project. One was a
Mhm.
producer, one was a location manager. He secured
Mm.
all the permits for the movie, for the locations, managed the locations. Yeah, was responsible for moving departments, wardrobe, hair from one department to another. His
Mm.
brother worked with him in locations, and one of them produced. And then I had also a team of people that I've worked with on my other features. I have an editor,
Mm.
Trey Miller, a young man out of Alabama, um, who has edited a number of my pictures.
Mm.
a DP, cinematographer with a film package, Troy Bakewell out of Las Vegas. He has 3 or 4 packages, and he just flies around and moves his packages around from one set to another. But he also DP. So it's about a group of people who know how you work, a group of people who are willing to work for what you have in the budget and willing to do good work and willing to put in the long hours without complaining. And then, of course, it's about the money. So, you know, as an older African American, I function with an old formula. And that formula is to work on the plantation and then take the money you earn on the plantation to your own plantation and build it.
But so, is that buying some freedom out here? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro. So what I do, what I've always done, I work in the mainstream, ABC, CBS, NBC, HBO. I've just spent 4 years on an HBO series. Before that, I was on an Oprah Winfrey series. So I work all the time. So what I do is I take the money from those plantations, and sometimes on those plantations, I'm not doing the work that I want to do, or I may not be doing the work that's meaningful to me or important to me. But it's honorable work. I do the work, but then I take the resources, whether that be cash or whether that be cachet or influence, and put it into the stories that I want to tell. And before I started making movies, I did that with my books. I've written a few books, 2 of which I finished on the set. One, I was a regular on Baywatch. I finished, I used to write in my trailer between takes, and did a film with Clint Eastwood, In the Line of Fire. I finished my second book on that set. So, so while I'm there working for folks, I'm also working on my own thing and taking those resources to tell my own stories.
Man, so we got a lot of gems right there, man. I'm gonna recap it back. It is working with a team that's committed, right? And you have what they need, but also it goes vice versa, and they are committed to the work in which the story that you're telling. And then I also hear that what you said, as far as you working in mainstream, but then also you putting your resources that you get, whatever type of resource it is, towards what you want to do. So I think that aligns with what we talk about in the festival, is use what you have. Because sometimes it's like, this, man, I just need the $1 million budget, man. I just need this. Yeah, but you got, like you said, you got your sons working on the location. You got people that you got assets around you that you are using to contribute to the vision, and that's really exciting. And I think that's something that people got to grab, to say, okay, yeah, you may not be at that level to hire the 10-man crew, but you got 2 people that y'all can do max out on that level, right? And then keep maxing out, and then as it grows, as you're blessed to do more, you have more. So, man, I thank you for sharing those gems, because I feel like sometimes it's like a secret art, of making a movie that, kind of, you don't really get to get behind the veil, to really find out. But we want to give people the forum to say, hey, no, you out there can make the movie, bro. You can, because a feature is, and I got one more question for you too, is because you've been around, you've been in a lot of movies, over 200 movies, and you shot, how many have you shot? As far as
I've directed 6 and also produced 4 of those and wrote 3 of those. So yeah.
Okay. So what is the mindset? What is the shift? This is what I always want to know as a filmmaker myself, right? Working on, my first feature. Like, what is that shift in your mind to where it's like, okay, you're able to take on these bigger projects one after the other, and it's not I mean, of course it comes with the hard work and the obstacles and all these different things, but what is that shift that you have to have to, because it's a lot of mental resources as well, right? It's a lot of capacity of just things you got to deal with. So what's that shift like to have to come back day after day and make these projects and to get to the point where you have a final product to get in the festival?
It's about doing the next right thing. It's not about, if you think about it and try to take every aspect of it on at once or in a single day, if you allow yourself to be overwhelmed by the detail and the minutiae of filmmaking, it may weigh you down. But they say that any man or woman can bear the burden of just one day. It's when we add the burden of those two awful eternities, yesterday and tomorrow, that we break down. Yesterday being, oh, what I should have done, and tomorrow being, oh, what might happen. But if
you out here preaching,
stay in the now and take on those tasks, because as you know, as a filmmaker, man, there's a lot to do. But what I do is I get up in the morning and say, well, let me go play this hand. The hand I've been dealt today, I'm gonna go play this hand, right? And so that may be going back to the script and doing a revision. It could be looking at my my breakdown, my one-liner, and seeing how maybe I can shave a day off and thus save 5-10 grand. How I can combine locations. It might be asking questions. And I got to tell you, I understand when you talk about the veil, because let me tell you something, brother. You see, I come from a generation of Negroes who, and I'm saying Negroes, who are used to there only being so many spots for Black people. What I keep running into is Black folks ain't going to tell you too much.
Yeah.
They're afraid that you might get up and get on. What's crazy to me, as much opportunity as there is now, all of these different streamers, so let's call them mountains, right? It's no longer ABC, CBS, and NBC. But I'm running into filmmakers who've been in the vineyard for a good while, but they're not getting the information. Actors of color who've been out there struggling and don't know what the breakdowns are, don't know how mainstream shows are cast. They still looking for a hookup, when really all the folks who are paying the money are looking for are people who can do the work. But there's still this crabs in a barrel thing with Black creatives, where if I tell you, then you might get the slot. Well, that's because when I started in this business, and in the middle of this business, and even now to some degree, there's so many slots. If you think of all of the white movie stars and TV stars, and then think about how many Black movie and TV stars there are, the truth is there might be 10 slots.
You already. We can start naming them names quick, and we run out fast.
Names, right? But so it can be difficult for creatives of color to get the information they need to move forward, at least from other people of color.
Man, that's beautiful, man. That's rich. I was just talking to somebody about, that's why, we got to have these conversations with our elders, you know what I'm saying? Because like, you could watch the video on YouTube, man. You could, but you don't get the information, man. You got to get the information from the people that's been out there, that been doing it. Mr. Williams has been doing it, and really being able to see all that you have saw and have witnessed, to be able to tell us like, hey, this is how you do it, one day at a time, right? One day at a time. You wake up, whatever you've been given, you put that, you do your best to what you say? You said the next right thing, right?
The
So
next right thing. What is
the next right.
the next right thing I need to do to make this happen? Not the thing after that thing, just the next right thing.
That's it, man. That's it. I think that caps it, man. I appreciate you coming to the theater, and we look forward to screening your film during the festival. The dates, we actually just shifted the date, so it's August 11th through the 14th there in Greenwood, OSU Tulsa. We're going to be screening Papa and Dayja. You got to come see the film. You got to check it out. It's gonna be exciting. So thank you, Mr. Gregory, for coming through and dropping those gems. Blessings to you on your film journey and career. And may you stop by Greenwood Film Festival again, man, on your future, man, because I'm excited to connect with you and see what you have next. So I thank you for coming through the theater.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.